The involvement of the U.S. military in the Caribbean to combat drug trafficking is rooted in a long history of drug-related challenges in the region. The Caribbean has been a significant transit point for drug shipments from South America to the United States, primarily due to its strategic location and vulnerability. The rise of drug cartels in the 1980s, particularly the Medellin and Cali cartels from Colombia, marked a significant turning point. The influx of cocaine and other drugs into the U.S. led to a heightened awareness of the need for a coordinated response. The U.S. government began to view drug trafficking not just as a criminal issue, but as a national security concern, prompting military involvement. In the late 1980s, the U.S. launched operations such as Operation Just Cause, aimed at overthrowing Panamanian leader Manuel Noriega, who had close ties to drug trafficking. Following this, the U.S. military began to increase its presence in the Caribbean through various initiatives, including training and support for regional law enforcement and military forces. Throughout the 1990s and into the 2000s, the U.S. implemented a series of strategies known as the War on Drugs, which involved both military and law enforcement efforts. Programs like Plan Colombia aimed to reduce cocaine production and trafficking in Colombia, while also seeking to disrupt the flow of drugs through the Caribbean. The U.S. Coast Guard played a critical role in interdicting drug shipments, often conducting joint operations with Caribbean nations to enhance regional security. By the 2010s, the situation continued to evolve. The rise of new trafficking organizations, including those with ties to Mexican cartels, complicated the drug trade landscape in the Caribbean. The U.S. began to increase its military presence again, deploying troops and resources to assist local governments in combating these evolving threats. Operations often focused on intelligence sharing, joint patrols, and capacity building for local law enforcement agencies. More recently, in response to the growing challenge of drug trafficking exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic instability facing many Caribbean nations, the U.S. military has increased its operations in the region. This includes deploying troops for training missions, conducting aerial surveillance, and providing logistical support to combat drug trafficking networks. These operations not only aim to dismantle drug cartels, but also to bolster the security and stability of Caribbean nations. The historical context of U.S. military deployment in the Caribbean highlights the ongoing complexities of drug trafficking and its implications for regional security. Through a combination of military strategy and international cooperation, the U.S. continues to engage in efforts to combat the pervasive influence of drug cartels in the region. Seeking to mitigate the